think that it's cute. Like you got people making making shirts called psychotic bitch and
Mhm.
everything. Why we keep calling why are we keep calling each other calling our females bitches, but then if another person call you a bitch, you ready to fight? Don't you think that's a little contradictory?
Mhm.
Don't you think? Don't you think? You got women on America's Top Model saying I'm that bitch,
You
or
know,
any other stuff dealing with female. Dealing with female.
I had a debate with a coworker about that. Okay, her girlfriends, they call each other bitch, being playful. Me, me and my friends, we don't do that. I don't play like that. Some people play like that. That's cool for them. That's fine. But don't call me no bitch. Because y'all start getting in the argument one day, that bitch gonna turn to a real bitch. And it's gonna be a problem. Then it's gonna be a fight.
Hmm.
So we had a debate about that. She was like, "Oh, it's just this." I said, "No, mm-mm. What you
It's an
do,
expression.
that's cool. You a grown ass woman, and you wanna be called a bitch. That's fine. Y'all wanna call each other bitches, that's fine. But don't ever call me that."
Because it can get serious very quick, especially when you got anything that's of value of what a woman likes,
I'm a queen, not a bitch.
and then you gotta stop let these black men know that you ain't no bitch.
You gotta demand respect. I'm telling you.
Because you got
And these
people
young
like
men need to learn how to treat these women. Besides
because
trying
they
to get
not
in their
being taught.
drawers all
And
the
then you got
time.
they not being taught how to. Because a lot of these men are coming from single parent homes. These fathers, some of these fathers don't want to be fathers, but then sometimes these women don't want these fathers to be fathers. Take care of their responsibility,
That's right.
and then ladies, y'all need to let these men that want to be fathers. Because he don't want to deal with you, and that's what stems on what I said the first time. Know who you lay up with, because the people that you lay up with and you have children with, you're gonna be stuck with them for the rest of your life. I don't
Rest
care if
of
you
your
get
life.
married.
Rest of your life.
I don't care if you get married. I don't care if you get I don't care what other relationships you happen to get into. You're going to be with you're going to deal with that person for the rest of your life until that kid he or she wants to go out there and get on their own. There's no way to get away from that. And then let's talk about the child support stuff. Now, sometimes it's necessary for a certain degree, but then at the same time, it's another exploitation of black families or poor families. It's another exploitation, because not only that they telling you how to raise your child, how much money that you got to put on your children, and that shouldn't be. A man's supposed to go out there, and once he get a woman pregnant, he's going to be able to take care of his family. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you to do that.
That's right.
Nobody shouldn't have to tell you to take care of your own family. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you how much money you gotta pay, what your children need in order to survive out here. Nobody shouldn't have to tell you that.
Now, in some cases, some people had to give up their kids, put them up for adoption. Those are different cases, but still,
Well, it's a different case.
you know,
At least a child got a chance.
have a chance, right?
These kids with these single parent homes don't really have a chance. They have no values. At least it's a 50-50 chance that you may They may get into a family with some morals. It's a 50-50 chance. And then and then it's more, now if the child wants to grow up and find out who their real mother and father is, then so be it. But in the meantime, if you know you can't afford a child, first of all, don't sleep around. That's number one. Because a lot of us want to screw first and ask questions later.
Well, it's better for them to put their child up for the adoption or get their child up. They know they can't take care of it, than putting them in garbage cans.
That too.
In dumpsters. Killing these little poor babies.
Or getting an abortion.
Yeah.
Because I don't care what people say. I'm totally against abortions. I'm telling you right now, I'm totally against abortions. Because, you know, they think, well, it's just a fetus. It's still a living thing.
And there's more to it than that. It's a spiritual thing that goes behind that too.
Yeah.
It's really a sacrifice. It's a child sacrifice to Satan, to flesh. It's a sacrifice. People they do it. They don't really know what they're doing, and they be like, well, what if the woman's got raped, whatever like that? No, that's still a life.
That kid shouldn't have to suffer because of what somebody else did.
You know how many rapes that happened over the centuries, and babies were still being born. So
I mean, hey, who knows? They could. I mean, the child could grow up and put these bad guys away. See, we don't know that. It's like they can put these children away. I mean, put these bad guys away.
That child could grow up and be a genius. And found cures of most of these diseases in this world.
Basically. Or become a lawyer, put these punks away. And you know, that can easily happen. But you know, we feed on emotion, and then parents, y'all need to talk to your children. Because I know a guy, that I'm friends with. You know, we cool and everything. He has a wife. Now he has a 12-year-old daughter. Okay. I ain't gonna speak too much on it, but in fact, I'm gonna be a little bit more general because I don't want nobody knowing who I'm talking about. So anyway, there's somebody I know personally that that has you know, or shall I say, if you have a child and they reaching puberty and stuff like that, and they starting to you know, their hormones start raging and everything. Don't abuse them. Don't beat them up and everything. Talk to them, because you got to remember, when we were kids and whatnot, we did stuff like that as well. We want to explore the opposite of sex, and what is it about sex that's so great? We all explored it, or wanted to explore it, and then you can't just tell a child, you just better not have sex. You just better not do. You can't just do it.
It don't work that way.
Because you think you scaring them. If anything, you pushing them further. You pushing them further to have sex. Now we having more teenage pregnancies.
They're gonna rebel.
Yes.
They're gonna rebel.
Actually, you scaring them to the person's arms.
And then the more you beat them, the more they gonna be like, just wait. And if they don't have nothing that's gonna snap in their mind and try to turn around and kill you, they gonna want to run away from home. Or the wrong type of man to come along. Don't let it be an older man. or a woman,
or
and yeah, and that they'll see that as their savior, and they'll get away from you.
If anything, let's put it this way: you have a it's more you create more damage than good. And beating up on your daughters and your kids is one thing when a kid deserves a spanking, because I'm all for spankings. But there's certain things you need to talk to your child about. And intimidating them about it ain't going to solve it.
And then trust that they make the right decision.
That's all.
Just trust and pray for them that they make the right decision. All you could do is instill in them, instruct them, and pray they make the right decision.
And then if they make the wrong decision, just pray that they can get out of it alive. Without wasting their life away and everything. Just pray for them. Because kids gonna make mistakes. That's just what's gonna happen.
Because I've been there, done that. The more my parents was like, don't, and then kept, pushing, the more I rebelled. The further I went away from them, and with my boyfriend at the time, I even left home at 16. I originally came back. That's when I really saw how he really was. But that's another story. But I left home. I was leaving home off and on at 16 years old. With a baby. So I know. I'm speaking from experience. They're going to rebel.
It's not going to get any better.
So, okay.
I've been through similar situations too. I got with the wrong lady. My mother kept getting on my nerves about it and whatnot. At that time I was grown, but I was a young man at the time. But the fact is that, we all know sometimes we all know when the person is not right. And sometimes you don't. They may change over time. Or they put on a front. Or they'll put on a front or something like that. And stuff like that. They will put on a front.
They be deceptive. They're not who they seem to be.
And then, but in my case, I knew this lady had issues, but I'm thinking, but what she did, she told me how she used to get beat up by different men. And I'm over here trying to play the superhero role. But by the time I got into the relationship with this particular young lady, you caught up. I'm all caught up in everything. It's like, I felt like I couldn't get anybody else, so I thought I can keep, make things work, which, rule number one, don't try and change nobody.
Or think you could change them.
Don't do it. Because you'll lose every time. But that's another story. Getting back to that is that parents, the more you need to talk to your children about the opposite sex and the birds and the bees, and give them your experience. And I'm not talking about just adult experience. I'm talking about from when you was growing up to what you're experiencing now. They need to know these things. And like she said, and trust that they make the right decisions. Now they don't make the right decision, just trust that they can get out of that decision and make themselves better. Because there's always reversal of bad decisions if you live to correct it. But you just gotta trust that they able to correct their situation. But beating them up is not gonna, or calling them different types of names like whores and BITs and all this other stuff ain't going to change, because all this